Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'll be talking about the animes I've been watching in 2025, the more interesting anime and some bland ones if you really want to hear them. If you guys are new to this channel, I talk about anime. If you are already subscribed, you know the deal. I usually talk about the animes I've watched during the year and give you my thoughts on them. If you guys like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, I hope you watch this video to see some recommendations. If you're new to this channel, I hope you stick around. Let's get on to the animes I watch. The first anime I want to talk about is Sleepy Princess in a Demon's Castle. This anime is definitely for people who just like slice of life, who likes a little bit of a laugh. I saw this on a few clips on Instagram and I found it really interesting, so I decided to watch it. Basically, it's about a princess who's been kidnapped by, I believe, the Demon King, and she truly does not care by the fact that she got kidnapped. She only cares that she wants to go to sleep and have a relaxing sleep, which I can really relate to because I love my naps. When I watched this, it was a really enjoyable show. Like I said before, if you guys are into slice of life, just a cool down anime, when you like watching like a battle anime or like something heavy, I highly suggest you give it a watch. It's wholesome, really relaxing to watch. If you haven't, give it a try. It's called Sleepy Princess in a Demon Castle. I believe it's on Crunchyroll. I don't know any other sites it's on. I only watch it on Crunchyroll, but yeah, go give it a watch. Another anime I want to talk about is an anime called Ranma One Half. It's a series that is on Netflix. I decided to watch it because I was just bored and I just wanted to see what's up with it. It's a remake of the original anime. I think it came out like in the 90s, I believe. I'll probably put it on the screen for you, but it came out in the 90s. And I'm really surprised because there's a lot of animes that from the 90s that are getting remade. So I guess it's like to reach a more newer audience, which I'm all for that, because a lot of 90s animes are really good. And it's good to have remakes because it reaches more of a bigger audience because anime is now more available than ever. And it's a really good thing. I have not watched the original one, so I have no pre-existing thoughts about this remake. So it's just going by what I thought of the remake right now. But it's basically about a guy who can transform into a woman. Essentially, he fell into like this pool with a bunch of curses, and his curse was that every time you put cold water on him, transforms into a girl, and the only way to reverse the effects is where you put hot water on him. And this is basically a romance anime. Essentially, it's an arranged marriage anime where two parents agree that they want their child to get married to this person, blah 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 blah. This romance anime has been really hilarious to me because this anime has such really good animation, and it's crazy because like romance anime are getting more budget than the One Punch Man season 3. A romance has more animation than One Punch Man season 3. It's like it's just crazy. Because another anime I watched was The Fallen Heroine. It's a romance anime too, but it has like crazy lighting and all that other stuff, like a movie essentially. And I was like, wow, these romance animes are getting better animation than some shonen shows. It's crazy to me, but the show is pretty good. A lot of action in this too, like a lot of martial arts. Obviously, they both fight, so obviously that's the case. I understand why the budget went to that. The ending of season 1 was kind of felt so like empty. I don't know why. Even though season 2 is already out, I don't think it's finished by the time I'm recording this, but I believe it's because I watched it a little bit more late, and season 2 came out exactly like a few days after I got done with the show. So I get why I felt like an emptiness, but season 2 is already out, so I guess it's really good because season 2 just had like no conclusion to the last episode. It was like it felt like it just finished automatically. Nothing. It was just boom, it was done. But it's a really good show. I'm planning on watching season 2 when it's fully out, and I also want to watch the original Ranma just to see how different they went with this remake compared to the original one. Because usually remakes are used to fix the mistake of the original production of the anime, or put stuff that they left out from the manga. But I'm guessing they did this to give this anime a light in like the modern day anime, and that's not bad. Like I said, I think more animes from the 90s could be remade to see a new audience. But yeah, I highly suggest you guys give Rama and half, one half, my bad, a chance. And let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is the Mononoke movie. It's the second one. I really love this movie because a lot of things in this helps the first movie. The first movie I didn't really like compared to this one, but this is the second movie to help continue what the first movie left off. And the third movie is about to come out, so I'm freaking excited because I'm freaking a fan of Mononoke. I love the series of it. I love this movie too. This movie was just freaking good start to finish. If you have not watched this, go watch it on Netflix. I highly suggest you watch the Mononoke series. I don't want to give too many spoilers about it. I just want to give it a shout out real quick because, oh my goodness, it is so freaking good. It combines good story with good animation, that's what I love in anime. I love animes that have good stories and good animations, not just one of the things. But I highly suggest you guys give us a watch, and let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is Blue Box, and I read a bit of the manga before the anime came out, so I was really excited and surprised that this was getting an anime adaptation. I freaking love Blue Box. It's freaking so good because in this anime, they don't really focus on just the romance part of it. They focus on the sports element of it. You know, having something that motivates you to do more. And they put romance in it because you want to do something for someone you love to prove your love to them. It sounded so cringy, but it'll explain a lot in this anime. I highly suggest you guys give it a watch. It's very interesting. The only thing I can say that I just don't like, even like in other animes, I don't love the freaking love triangles in anime. There's certain like things that just annoy the hell out of me. Love triangles do that, especially the fact that the main characters go after a girl, and there's one girl that obviously likes you, but you're taking a chance that this girl might like you, and the girl you like will like you in return. But by chance she doesn't like you, you also reject the girl that actually does like you. It's a whole other thing. I just don't like that in romance animes. I'm not saying that you should automatically go with the girl that obviously like you. Sometimes you're not a match, but I'm just saying, just that part is just like annoying to me. But I actually did like it. I can't wait for season 2. I'll definitely be watching it. It's a freaking watch list I'm gonna have. I don't know when it's coming out. I'll probably look it up. If it's not on the screen, then it doesn't really confirm when it's coming out. But give Blue Box a watch, and yeah, let's get on to the next anime. Alright, probably the only anime I watched this season, well, continue watching the season, was Kaiju number 8. I believe it's the first season. Kaiju number 8 is really interesting because I believe that this anime would have been hella more popular if it came out in 2020, in my personal opinion. It has the same thing where it's like, oh, I turn into the thing I hate, and all that other stuff. The main character is actually pretty freaking relatable. Someone who gave up on his dreams but decided to move forward. Even though he's pretty old, he still decided to chase his dreams. And that's a really cool concept when it comes to like, not like the most original idea, but Kaiju number 8 is free. I think it has the more relatable characters. Also the rich blonde girl. I'm gonna butcher her name because some of these are Japanese names and people give me crap for not knowing the Japanese or saying it correctly. So I'm gonna say the blonde girl. I like her character development because you would think she's like some like spoiled freaking girl, but she actually works hard to do what she gotta do, and I like that. Kaiju number 8 definitely has some like cool and relatable characters, and I think you guys should give it a watch. Do I think Kaiju number 8 is like freaking blow it out the water type good? No, but it's really good. I've been saying that about a lot of animes I listed today. It's not the craziest anime this season, but I would get why people love it. I love it too. Relatable characters, you know, not a lot of like characters to hate. A lot of freaking crazy villains. I believe it's Kaiju number 9, I believe. I might correct myself on here. I don't script my videos. I just go with the flow and just talk about the animes I enjoyed this season. And yeah, give Kaiju number 8 a watch. I also watched Sakamoto Days. Like I said, I think if Sakamoto Days came like 2020s, I think it would have been crazy popular, essentially. About Sakamoto Days, I didn't watch the full season of it, so I'm not going to speak on it right now, but in a later video, maybe coming out next week, I probably would give you guys my thoughts on it because it came out last year and all the freaking episodes are out, so I could just do that. But let's get on to the next anime I want to talk about. The next anime I want to talk about is The Duke of Death and It's Maid. Now, when you guys look up this anime, you're obviously going to see something a lot of people don't like, CGI. And I completely understand when people are like, oh, I don't like CGI. CGI looks horrible. But in my personal opinion, I feel like if CGI is done good, I think it's freaking creative. You know, when you see shows like Beastars, when you see shows like Dorohedoro, I think they do really good freaking, CGI. And sometimes people have to use CGI to cut corners. Is that necessarily a bad thing? No. I feel like this anime is really good with or without CGI. And that's really dependent on how you guys feel about the anime. But The Duke of Death and It's Maid freaking has a really good story. And it kind of gives me like Fruit Baskets. Because the main plot of the story is someone who's cursed by this witch. And he can't touch anything. Because anything he touch, it dies essentially. And if you're not into fan service, this anime is definitely not for you. If you're not into fan service, this anime is not for you. But the story is so interesting because it just shows like the freaky, you're rooting for him the whole time to get back to normal. I was rooting for him. I watched a whole 3 seasons of this, and it's not the best anime out there, but it's just good, and I highly suggest you guys give this a watch. For the whole 3 seasons. If you're not into CGI, I understand that. You do you. It's what you enjoy. It's what you guys enjoy. But for me, I think this anime is just freaking good, and I highly suggest you guys give this a watch if you're not too much of a CGI hater. And I get that, like I said, I get that if you're a CGI hater, but the story and all that other stuff is well worth the 3 seasons. But anyway, let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is Inuo. Hope I said that correctly. I gotta say, probably one of my favorite movies I've watched this year. So many things about this movie it's kind of like Dororo, essentially about someone sacrificing their son to move up in the world, like be a better performer essentially. And in Dororo, like the father used it to freaking, I believe, for a demon to make his land like freaking good or something like that. It's been a while since I watched Dororo. Essentially, that's what this anime is. I gotta say, the music in this is freaking top notch. Even though I don't know any Japanese, but the music in this freaking anime will have you be bumping your head. It's so freaking good, and I highly suggest you guys give this a watch. If you like the story of Dororo, I highly suggest you guys give this a watch. But anyway, let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is a movie called Hells. Essentially, this movie is about a girl who gets transported to hell after getting isekai'd into hell. What a crazy event. Then she has to find her way out. This movie is really like biblical, essentially. Like, it has a lot of like biblical stuff in it. I'm not religious, so I was iffy about it. I'm not saying like biblical stuff is not enjoyable. There's a lot of shows that have a lot of biblical stuff and I enjoy. But yeah, it was really on the nose on this one. Well, obviously it's called a thing called Hells. But the art style is freaking what makes this like so appealing. The pacing of this would have been better if it was like an episode thing, not like a movie thing. The pacing was just what messed up this movie for me, because the pacing was like boom, 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 boom. It's like it didn't give anything like time to breathe. But yeah, I think the art style in this is freaking really good. I love the art style in this. I'm a big fan of like cartoony type art style. It's freaking cool. that's really it. I think the pacing was what like got me like not liking the movie as much, but the art style like helps it, and the story too. If this, like I said, if this was a 26 episode or like a 24 episode anime, I think it would have done way better in my eyes. But a movie just doesn't really let stuff flesh out, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is Link Click. I'm kind of late to the Link Click party. I believe this is a manhwa. If not, I'll put it on my screen and tell you. You guys can correct me in the comments. But this show is just perfect. Not perfect, but it is so good. And I've been saying this whole video. Do a good counter. I probably will. It is so freaking good. The opening really cracked me up because it's like there's one episode where it's like super sad and you just see him freaking dancing. It was like I was like still hung up about the first episode. I'm like, damn. And then you just see the opening, them dancing. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, I like this because a little bit of spoiler warning. I like it when they went back in time and like, you know, they're like, oh, we can't interfere with anything. You have to just go by what's planned to happen. But one of them have like trauma and all that other stuff, and he just can't ignore certain things, so he's trying to fix it. And like, you know, there's a lot of, and then like it ends up backfiring on them because, you know, a lot of things happen between that. And yeah, I think this show is just so good, especially the fact like certain manhwas has not been getting like good adaptations essentially, because I heard like a lot like people like, oh, this is not a good adaptation, this is not good, all that other stuff. But Link Link is definitely like a good show that you should watch. I really want to dedicate a video to it because I actually am interested in the anime. But anyway, let's get on to the next anime. The next anime I want to talk about is Apothecary Diaries. I have not watched Apothecary Diaries, like I believe last year. I believe this came out. I believe so. Yeah, it came out last year, and I gotta say it just went out of my expectation. I thought it was just gonna be a simple slice of life, but no, this freaking gets hella dark and hella gruesome real quick. And holy shit, Mama was like one of my favorite female characters. She just doesn't play any games, even though she's kind of weird with the poison stuff. But she is such a good character because she feels like more down to earth compared to like when like anime girls have to act like kawaii, ignore that. But she seems like just a down to earth. If she wasn't like so obsessed with poison, it's such a really interesting anime because halfway through it's like it just turns it like into like a murder mystery type beat. And I was like, damn, that's the tone switch. And I feel like the one thing I want to say is like I wish they saved like Mamao's parents' situation to for another for the second season, because they left on like this whole other mystery. But hell, I freaking love this. I'm definitely watching the season 2 of it. Mamao is definitely one of my favorite characters. So let's get on to the next anime. The next and final anime I want to talk about is Black Clover, and I'm a big glazer of Black Clover, so I decided to rewatch it because I watched it, but I didn't watch the final episode or the final few episodes of the season because a lot of stuff happened in 2020. But I gotta say, I love Black Clover, and I think it's one of the best new gen animes out there. Well, shonen. I'm glazing it. I'm gonna glaze it. Let me glaze it real quick. Black Clover, I understand when people get put off of Black Clover. Asta yelling in the first season, I understand, right? I completely understand. It was hell annoying, and I understand that it's annoying. But, you know, everything after that, if you get through that, you find peak at the end of the road. Because the storytelling, the freaking character development, everyone doesn't feel like a side character. They actually feel like a character. You know, I hate when like certain stories don't really care about side characters. They just there to be there. But I'm going to be honest, I never understood like the animation problem with Black Clover. I was about to say Soul Eaters. I never understood like people complaining about the animation in Black Clover. because it was a running anime series, like kind of like One Piece. It was like coming out I believe every week, and I feel like people gave it so much like crap when I rewatched. I'm like, the animation is not crazy. Like, people act like the animation was like, I'm gonna use One Punch Man 3 as an example. Like One Punch Man season 3, it was actually pretty good. I'm gonna defend Black Clover. Hold on, put my freaking lawyer suit on. I'm gonna defend it right now. Yes, Asa's annoying. Maybe the fan service is not for you. I get that. I get that, right? But when people say the animation, I don't get it. I watched it, it was freaking good. I don't understand. I get like the one frame when Asta's like running to one of the freaking what do they call themselves? The Eye of the Midnight Suns. I get that. But bro, everything else is freaking good. The animation was good. I think people just ragged on it way too much when I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, I see the animation not looking good at this point, but are we serious? Are we serious? But anyway, if you guys like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys want me to talk about more animes I've watched, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new, I hope you guys join my community. The Discord will be linked down below. And yeah, have a great day, have a good New Year's, and see y'all later.